evening.
Good evening.
Dear
How's everybody doing?
friends. I don't know how everybody's doing.
I
I'm
know how Henry's doing.
I'm sweating.
It's going to be all right, man. It's going to be all right. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Box breathing, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Circular breathing. Man, what a day, huh?
Yeah.
How was your day?
My day was actually really pretty good. Like I got a lot done that I really needed to do, and no big hitches or anything like that. So yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, your day is not quite as fruitful as mine, I guess.
It's not bad. It's just a lot, and I'm not organized. Yeah. Because what am I always doing on Thursday?
Baking.
I like to try and bake the bread that we're going to be baking on Saturday for the bake along,
right?
So that I can step in the holes before they have to. And
that's very kind of you.
Yeah, well, thank you. But like for this recipe, we're baking this weekend. We're baking a poppy seed sourdough and a poppy seed yeasted bread.
Okay.
And so midway through the week, I decided to change the recipe.
Oh, that's not smart.
So,
why do you do that?
Well, because what you do is you start hearing people start asking questions. So can we do this? And do I have to use that kind of flour? And that's when it dawned on me that I'd had, when I originally wrote the recipe, it was this fancy French flour that nobody has in their kitchen.
Right.
It snuck past me when I did it. So I changed it to King Arthur or any old bread flour that you can get in your kitchen, which changes the chemistry just a little bit. So I fixed it and then realized, I got to calculate again for the protein content, which is different. And it's not that
it's
much.
Like 1 or 2%, right?
Yeah. It really isn't that big a deal, but
shouldn't matter. It'll affect the texture a little bit, but it's no big deal.
No, it's not. And then we're doing poppy seed, and as I am going through it and looking at images from old poppy seed recipes I've made, I was like, man, those are just tiny. Poppy seeds are small.
They are.
And I thought maybe black sesame would give a better presentation. And then, of course,
I love black sesame. Yeah.
And I always want to give as much latitude as possible for people to get creative and do what they want to do. So Candy's doing sunflower seeds, and I decided to do poppy seed. And then there's a teaching moment. You can't let those go by.
No.
Toasting your seeds. How does that affect the bake? And what happens when you toast seeds, and how do you do it? So I'm filming my bake today, every stage. Then Ryan calls. Hey, Dad, you think you can make me some of those knots? Like what knots?
Garlic knots?
Garlic, Parmesan knots.
And I'm with Ryan. Can I have some of those too?
I was like, absolutely, sure. So now I've got 2 recipes going at the same time. And in my little narrow head, I'm thinking, was there milk in that one? Because the poppy seed, well, no, this recipe is enriched. It's a sourdough enriched bread. And
okay. Oh, nice. Hey, those are pretty.
Aren't they pretty?
Yeah. Very nice.
And I have all the stuff in the cabinet too, so
even better.
Improvisation going on there.
Cool.
And at the same time, We've got a sourdough starter experiment going on.
Uh-oh. What you got going on?
So
Explain.
I left Vitale, which is who's my sourdough starter from
Right.
11 years,
Yep.
and I felt like doing this high wire act where I'm gonna prove that I believe in what I'm saying. That a sourdough starter is hard to kill, and that you can bring them back really easily. So I left Vitale in the refrigerator for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yep.
Do you know how you know how long I've done it?
Yeah, I know, but I made 3 weeks sound like a really, really, really long time, and it was.
3 months. 3 months is being nice. I think it was
That's
more than
right.
that.
So anyway, when I opened her up, it was, she was covered in hooch, and I just took them on that journey, bringing her back, and then
Right.
treated it like it was a sluggish starter, which she was, and did a side by side with pineapple juice in one and water in the other to see, how that would work, because pineapple juice is one of those old tricks to bring your sourdough starter back.
Yeah, the bromelade.
The what?
The bromelade and the pineapple.
See, I don't know what.
It eats, well, what it does is it dissolves protein basically.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I know what you're talking about to some degree, but that's
Yeah.
not that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for the acidity.
Well, it's got both. So
Yeah.
yeah, I could see how it would like help. It would probably make your starter a little soupy, right?
Well, it lowers the pH, which makes it a more attractive environment for the good bacteria, the lactobacillus bacteria,
Yeah.
and the bad bacteria who may have had a chance to start increasing their population from having been in the refrigerator for all that time, and mold.
Right.
This just kicks those guys
Mitigate.
out.
It mitigates the mold and the lots of the bacteria.
Right. So the experiment went well. They rose the same, but the pineapple one had much more fermentation action going on, and it was ready to go. So all this bacon today, I used the experiment. So in here is the pineapple sourdough starter, and in the loaf that we're baking this weekend is uh, the real one, the real one in that experiment.
Yeah.
And I just pulled it out of the oven.
Hmm.
Want to see?
Sure.
It's hot.
Hey, what's up? What's up with the phone you've got going on there in front of the
Oh,
camera?
because not paying attention.
I just wondered.
Woo, she hot. She hot.
Oh yeah, she just came out of the oven. I heard the timer right before we went on. Oh, nice scoring work. See, I can't do that. Well,
Yes, you
I
can.
shouldn't say I can't. I'm not good at it.
Well, all I
I
did.
butcher some scoring, man.
So what I did here is you take a string and cut it in half, and then cut it in quadrants again, and then
Okay.
score down the right down the length of your line,
Okay.
and just breaking the skin,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's it.
just an alignment thing, right?
Yeah, you just use some butcher's twine, or I've heard people using like their phone charger cord. If you can't find your butcher's twine,
I mean, if it's straight edge, right?
it's
Or
straight.
sort of.
But so I always struggle with what the heck. How am I gonna score this? Because I know I'm gonna have to post it and all that junk. So how am I gonna score it? I don't know, because my mind goes blank. So I always go to Wire Monkey and just start scrolling through and trying to get
Oh
some
yeah.
ideas. Yeah.
I'd be looking at Becca Wong every
Yeah,
time.
Becca Wong.
She's so good.
Isn't
She's
she
so
though?
good.
Yeah, she's really good.
She's
She's a concert pianist, right?
I do know that. I I look forward to meeting Becca in person. When I go to California, she and I have already talked about this. When I go to California for 50 by 50,
Yeah.
that is happening. She and I are getting together.
She's such a good person. She's got a good spirit.
Mm,
But
agreed.
this is a 7-minute score. So I broke the skin on all the little scores.
Uh-huh.
And then at 7 minutes, I went back in and put one down the middle.
Okay.
And
So
Bob's your
so you started off with the little slits.
Yep.
And then
just the little slits.
man,
And then
you just barely etched the skin of it, didn't you?
that's it. Just barely break. You got to have a sharp blade.
Yeah, you
'Cause
do. So tell me which llama did you use? Like, did you use the UFO one or did you use a goose?
So I just sent a message to Tyler at Wire Monkey because a few weeks ago I stepped on somehow my goose and broke it.
Oh,
Yeah. So I used the UFO, the round one.
yeah.
Got two sitting here. I got a bunch of llams.
I feel like I could do a lighter touch with the goose.
Yeah, I love it, especially if you're trying to get down in a hot ass Dutch oven.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go down in there with this, and that's not pleasant. And then
Nah.
I've got the Poco.
Oh, yeah. That. Ooh. Yeah, that's little.
Yeah, it's for real delicate, intricate stuff that I don't do.
Oh, okay.
I really don't do it. I have a bunch, so I've got every one of his.
Oh, okay.
Every one he makes, because he's a client of mine, sort of, and
Yeah.
I'm an affiliate, and I would promote his stuff all the time. But this one is one. It's worn out. This is one that he made, custom made for us at Baking Great Bread at Home.
I remember.
And on one side it says Baking Great Bread at Home, and the other side it says the Bread Squad, which is our administrative team.
Right. Well, I didn't get one of those. Yeah, but I
You
came in
didn't?
later. No, I came in later.
Because I gave everybody one of these.
Yeah,
I
was a later addition to the Bread Squad.
But this thing, man, this is a workhorse right here. So I got down in there. Actually, I didn't, because I was afraid. Because I'm a punk.
Afraid. Oh my gosh! What?
I had to get down in there.
A skewer llama.
The last time I did it, I don't know where the mark is. But right at the last minute, my alarm's going off. I had that idea, so I got a chopstick.
That's so smart.
And then this way, I could reach down in that thing and not have
Nice.
to. Hey, when there's a will, there's a way.
You got it. You nailed it.
There was a time when this was all I had, and shoot.
One time, no joke. I went to the hardware store and I bought a brand new one of those breakaway razor knives, box cutter.
Yeah.
And because I didn't have a llama, so I was like, I'm gonna score this bread. So I went and bought a brand new one, wiped it down, and I used it. It was okay, but my skills were terrible back then. So they're not great now.
I've used a scalpel.
Yeah.
I got one of Yolanda's scalpels out of the office one day and used that for a long time. Those things are real sharp. And
yeah, X-Acto blade, same thing.
X-Acto blade is the same. But I would really, if you're going to buy a bread llama, and I always say lame, because I do, whenever I'm text to speech.
When the computer reads it, it says lame.
Yeah. If you say long, it won't spell it. So I have to say lame in order to get it spelled correctly.
Yeah.
And that leaks out. But if you're looking for an instrument to score your bread, and you got to buy one somewhere, Wire Monkey is the place I would recommend. Tyler Cartner is the owner, and they're good people. These are all handcrafted. They're all locally sourced
Nice.
materials, and he
Where
invented it.
where's he located?
He's in Connecticut.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a little shop right there in his house. And can you imagine how many of these things he has to put out?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. He's got a I don't know. I should reach out to Tyler because I haven't done Connecticut yet. That would be a fun place to visit in
Yeah,
Connecticut.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he doesn't allow the public to come to his house, but
He knows you. He would. That's
he knows who I am. I don't know if he knows me, but he knows who I am.
What was that?
He might be watching right now. Hey, Tyler.
What's up?
Can I come
Tyler?
to your house?
Did you like that plug, Tyler? Did you like that?
Yeah.
Did you hear the part about me needing a goose, Tyler?
Yeah. Tyler, listen up. I hear goose.
Oh man, but
You want me to drop mine off on the way to North Carolina?
Do what?
Do you want me to drop mine off on the way to North Carolina?
Man, by then I should have one. I'm going to put some pressure on you. Oh, you're going to North Carolina tomorrow?
Well, I'm going to South Carolina tomorrow. I'm going to I'm going to Greenville, and then we're driving up to Mount Airy.
Yeah.
So I may literally pass through your town. I do not know. I haven't looked at the map.
Greenville is close to the North Carolina border. It's up north, northeast, northwest.
Yeah.
And we're down in the center of the state.
Oh, okay.
Greenville is up that way towards Clemson.
Oh, yeah. I remember going to Clemson once.
And we are in Carolina territory. So they don't mix.
Yeah.
Clemson, Carolina don't mix at all. It's like
that is where my Super Nintendo was given away to a girl that I liked. She was bored. She was just like, oh my God, I just don't have any friends. I'm so bored. And I had traded somebody for a Sega Genesis and a Super Nintendo. Mm-hmm. And I forgot what I even traded them for. I don't remember. This was in the college days. And I was like, well, I'm coming that way. So I'll meet you and you can have the Super Nintendo. Because, I mean, I only had a couple of games for it, but I was like, take it, have fun with it, whatever. Give you something to do, right? So, so I gave it to her, and then, yeah, I never saw my Super Nintendo again.
Sorry about that. I never got into video games. I love video games, but I never. Jack, you remember Jack and Daxter?
No.
Yeah, that was the one that I played because that's the one I got read on some educational thing when he was a kid. So I was force feeding educational stuff whenever I had a chance.
What was that like? Was that like ABC Mouse back in the day or something?
No, it was an adventure game. Jack was some kind of rodent with long ears, and they were in this fantasy world where you collect orbs and whatnot. It was
had to do math problems to get things or something.
You had to use spatial reasoning
to
figure things out, and
so puzzles,
which is what Ryan's good at. Puzzle boy.
I was all about puzzle games when I was when I was young. There was this game called The Adventure of Lolo or something like that on the Super Nintendo or regular Nintendo.
That sounds familiar.
It was this little puffball creature or whatever, and you had to like do things in a certain order in order to solve the puzzle to move on. And there were some that were just so hard. And my cousins and I would just stay up hours and hours trying to solve these puzzles. And then like my aunt would come in and she's like, y'all haven't solved this yet? All right, let me try. And she'd get in there and she'd be doing it. And so I think we ended up beating it finally. But the funniest part is that I remember my grandmother coming out. My grandmother lived with my aunt and uncle, and she'd come out. She'd be like, "Get off of that Nintendo! It is 10 o'clock or whatever time it was." And we're like, sorry, Nana. And then we're like, shh. We turn the volume down. We're like, we can play it. We can play it silently. Okay.
That's what we all did. I did that with my I had to deal with that with my kids and their phones.
Yeah.
Under the covers with a flashlight, or you go in there and under the covers is this
see the glow. Yeah.
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 They thought they were getting away with something.
Nah.
Hey, so I got a knock on the door today.
Oh yeah?
And they'll go out there and there's a box sitting in the door.
Cookies.
Sorta. These are old-fashioned tea cakes.
Oh, tea cakes. Okay.
Yeah. Carolyn in our group has like a cottage business at home, and she makes these. These are tea cakes are in a New Orleans thing.
Yeah, we know somebody who brings us tea cakes every once in a while. They're much smaller than that though. They're little tiny little, like smaller than a vanilla wafer tea cakes. But they look the same.
This is the gold standard right here.
Oh yeah.
And you know how I've been working on this course called From Oven to Market, based on my book From Oven to Market.
Yeah. And
it's going to be my first paid course.
Mm-hmm.
And in module 5, we talk about presentation and first impressions and all that kind of stuff. How to market yourself. What should your booth look like if you're selling at farmers markets and whatnot?
Right.
And man, this was a textbook presentation. I opened the box and there's this pink accordion packing stuff.
Oh yeah.
And a little smaller, different kind of tea cake right on top. It's like a Circe. And it was building anticipation. So you get past that and you get down into this, man. It's like, so we're going to use it. I asked her permission today. I said, I'm going to be using this as a teaching thing. I posted about it today in the group. I was real impressed. I don't know if you can see that. But
yeah, it looked good.
Yeah. So it's sort of
nice and light. Yes, they're like little dollops. They're like dollops of cake.
Yeah, with a little bit of a crust. So you think cookie.
Yeah.
And you think cake. It smells
sort of
like a
kind of reminds me of like the muffin tops. You ever seen those? The muffin tops?
Yes.
A lot like that, but a little crispier, a little more crisp. Like a pound cake crust should be. That's the best part of a pound cake to me, is that crust on the outside.
Like the edge, right around the edge. Yeah. So I hate that we say this, but when something's really good like that, you think, okay, man, this could be store-bought. Store-bought is not
That's
good.
Terrible. That's a terrible idea.
I know. Right. But I think that because of the consistency of them,
it's production quality.
That's what I should say.
Yeah,
production. They're all the same size. They're all the same color.
Yeah.
That's hard to do coming out of your house.
That really is hard to do. Yeah. Being consistent with your presentation is not easy.
No.
Not easy at all.
I don't know how much that bag would be, but she could charge an arm and a leg for it. I can tell you that.
Ask. That's all I'd say.
I don't want to know.
No.
Because I don't want to feel guilty about this big old bag.
Don't feel guilty. It's a gift.
Yeah, she's really sweet.
Nothing to feel guilty about.
We did a live last Saturday we went on live, and she was one of the members. You know how you have little squares on the screen, everybody's talking.
Yeah.
And she mentioned this. She was like, "Send me your address. I'm going to send you some." I was like, "Right, here you go." And she called me today. And she said, "Well, messaged me and said it was delivered like 5 minutes ago. Go check your front door." I was like,
That's
"Man,
so weird, isn't it?
isn't it though?"
Yeah. What you drinking?
Bloom Pop.
Bloom Pop.
I was asked.
That-
I was order my scale went out
Hmm.
last night at the worst time. Numbers running like it was possessed.
Oh no.
So yeah, there's nothing you can do. So I needed a
Just
new
batteries,
scale.
or is it just toast?
Changed the batteries, changed everything. It was toast. We had a little funeral for it today in the academy. We sure did, and people were leaving eulogies and to my old dead scale. Poor thing.
Oh.
But I got a new one. And anyway, so when I was ordering, I wanted some of those starries.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
you know
It's
what
basically it's you know what Starry is, right?
Shasta?
No, no. It's Sierra Mist.
Is
They
that
had
what
to
it is?
yeah, they had to change the name because
Why?
it's hilarious actually, because Pepsi neglected to renew their trademark on Sierra Mist. And so somebody started using it and trademarked their name. They changed their name to Sierra Mist, started using it, trademarked it, and they couldn't get it back. So they had to change it to Starry.
That's just so. He's fired,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, he's fired.
they're
You know,
done.
in a big
Whoever it
way.
was, they're toast.
Somebody else did that. Open Claw did that when it came out. Yeah, it was a that
What's open claw?
it's a AI agent bot thing that came out about
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that.
and they had it was called Claude something,
Oh,
and Anthropic wasn't having that,
wow.
so they changed their name, and like within seconds, all these people had claimed the name, and so then they changed. They had to change it a third time, and that's just a nightmare from a marketing standpoint. That's just a nightmare. But yeah, so I made sure I bought all of the domains I could get that had anything to do with the academy,
Hmm.
because somebody opened a Facebook group with a name that was just like mine, and I wrote them one of those firm, lawyerly sounding letters and put an end to that.
Did you use Claude?
Of course I did. I need you to
I've done that
be.
before.
I told him. I said I need you to be a litigating or something. I told him some kind of attorney. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Copyright attorney. And here's the situation, and gave him all the situation stuff. And he was like, "I got this." I was like, "Thank you."
I did the same thing where I had somebody trespassing,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to go to the trouble of calling the cops and all this business. So they know I have cameras, and so I know their address because they're close by. And I actually used to live in that house. So I knew the address. Anyway, to the residents of, and I'm not going to tell the address right now, but
Right.
and then gave them some good legalese. Yeah, I never saw them again.
That's how you have to do it. All you got to do is
I'll
put
get
the
the
fear
job
of
done though. I mean, they have their own issues. They got other things going on over there that also need to stop. But Not as long as it didn't happen on my property. There's nothing I can do about it.
We had a piece of furniture that, one of those huge couches that has the electric recliner built in and all that
Oh
junk.
yeah, yep. My
It
in-laws have one of those.
There was a part that broke and needed it to be replaced.
Hmm.
So we filed a claim. The next day, the furniture company, Value City Furniture, filed for bankruptcy.
Oh, what?
The next day.
I mean, that is just the dumbest look I've ever heard.
So I did some perplexity research and found all of these complaints people had and all of this stuff that I was unaware of, but I was
Not
having
the
the
only one.
exact same experience that they were having.
Yeah.
So wrote a letter to not only their corporate headquarters and their people, but the Secretary of State, to the Better Business Bureau, and copied them on everything. Everybody got a letter. I must have sent 9.
Hmm.
And so you just they weren't used to having a customer that would follow through like that. Most people just get frustrated and then just go away.
Right.
That is not me. I will dig you out of that hole.
Sounds like Heather. Sounds like something Heather would do.
Yeah, just not stop. Just be relentless.
Mhm.
And they fixed it. They came and fixed. They actually hired an outside repair person and sent them to the house.
Well, okay.
We got to get rid of him. He's causing too much
Thorn in
trouble.
the side.
Yeah, I was like, man, it's cheaper to get rid of me. It's cheaper to make me. Trust me, it's cheaper to make me go away.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
And they did. That was the fun part.
Nice.
These are so good, and I haven't eaten.
Hmm.
I'm sorry for eating like this.
No, that's all right. So this beer, I made.
Is that a
this.
beer?
Yeah, it's a
You
beer.
made that?
Well, sort of. I bought this thing called Pinter, and they sell like mixes basically. It's a
Mhm.
beer mix. They sell cider mixes too and things like that. Anything that ferments like that.
Okay.
So it's a syrup that has all of the necessary ingredients for the alcohol to taste like it's supposed to taste, if it's hoppy or whatever. This is a stout. And then you add brewer's yeast, and it's a mini keg is what it is. It has a stand, and you stand it upright, and then you set your level of carbonation by how tight you seal it up.
Right.
And
One of those.
so you brew for like 5 days, and that's your minimum. And then I did what's called cold crashing, which is where you take it still in the brewing stage and you put it in the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that for like 2 days. And then
tell me this: how does brewer's yeast differ than regular commercial bread yeast? Like
I do not know. But I do know that when I switched it into conditioning mode, which is where you take off the base and then you put it in the refrigerator, I was like, because I saw in the little video of like the tutorial what you're supposed to do, and you're supposed to do it in the sink and you let it all, come out, right? So the yeast sinks to the bottom,
right,
and
like little. I know what you're. Yeah.
Right. It's kind of a sludge. It's a yeast sludge at that point. It's a slurry of something. Anyway,
it precipitates out of the
right. So it goes down into the little base thing, And then when you take it off, you take the whole keg off the base, and then some of the beer spills out into the sink.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a big old stock pot, and I was like, I'm gonna save this. I want to see what it tastes like. So I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I poured all of that out of the base, and it was a lot of the yeasty sludge.
Right.
Um,
What
so
that
I
taste?
poured, well, no, I poured the beer off the top
Mm-hmm.
and left behind the sludge. And then I put I did taste the yeasty sludge. It tastes just like you think it would taste like. It tastes like yeast.
Yeah.
Um, but I didn't take a big drink of it or anything. I just like, give it a
Yeah.
little lick of the finger just to see, what's this taste like? Oh yeah, that tastes like yeast. I've tasted yeast water before. Anyway, so I saved it in a jar so I can make some bread with it later. We'll see if
Oh, wow. That is brilliant.
you see what happens.
Why don't you should save the yeast too?
Yeah, that's what I
Syrup.
did. I
Oh, the
saved
sludge?
the
Is that what
yeast.
you're talking about?
Yeah, the yeasty sludge. I saved it.
Man, oh, that's brilliant. I thought you were saying you saved some of that liquid, the beer stuff. But I
Well,
was like,
there's a little bit of beer that kind of separated out of it. So it's like half sludge and half beer. But I'm gonna see if it is still active enough to, raise some bread. And if it doesn't, I'll throw some instant yeast in there and call it good.
I've got, where is it? I've got a yeast water experiment going right now myself with grapes. And,
Ah,
oh, I know where it is. It's back there in my proofer.
okay.
So I'm on day 5, and
Mm. It
it's
takes it takes what, 10 days or so?
7 to 10, yeah.
Okay.
And it's if you put it in some warm condition like a proofer, you can get there quick. You can get there much quicker. And raisins are like the best to make that
Oh
happen
yeah.
fast.
Lots of surface area.
Yeah, that's what it is. Lots of
Yep.
surface area. And grapes, you ever see when you buy grapes and you see that little like
Yep.
haze, that's what you're after with
Wild
yeast.
yeast.
Yeah, so you don't want to wash all that. You can wash it a little bit, but you don't want to wash that off if you're making yeast water.
Right.
That's the stuff that you want right there. And it works. It's not a replacement for a regular traditional sourdough starter, but
I think you did this like last year, right? Wasn't that one of the earliest things you did in the crust and crumb?
I did. It was one of those early um, introductions. But man, we get so many new people every day that you got to make sure you're trying to catch everybody up. That's a
Oh
trap.
yeah, sure. You can do it over and over again. It's the same bread hasn't changed.
No, but it's a trap for me sometimes because I'll start talking about Saturday's bake along. Like, of course, you guys know what I'm talking about, and then you got a third of your audience that doesn't have a clue what you're talking about. How does this work? Where do I sign up? Where do I log in? I'm like, no. So you gotta really kind of educate everybody all of the time. But we got people inside that like Rhonda and Colleen and Candy and all of them. They just take over. Sandy. They just take over and make sure everybody's happy. They know what's going on. Who we got in there? I can't see.
I don't know who's in the chat today. I know that Tracy, Colleen, and Rhonda are all in there, or they were. You know what? This is a great time. We haven't done this in so long. I'm gonna say we're gonna do this. Are you ready?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Ask your questions in the chat.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Hit us with your best shot. We're ready.
So you got a lot of these communities on school that do these webinars.
Yeah.
And they try to get you in so that they can take over and you'll make $1 million by next Thursday, kind of
Oh
thing.
yeah, right.
And there, so I just drop into some of those from time to time. If I don't have anything else, just listen. And they're always going, if you agree with that, drop a thumbs up in the chat. Drop a thumbs up in the chat.
Oh yeah, they're going for engagement.
Drop a fire in the chat. Drop a fire
that
in the
is
chat.
the biggest load of crap ever.
And it's engagement mining.
Oh yeah.
A lot of, and so I saw it today.
Well, you know what happens, right? So if they're doing that live like that, then you're getting all this engagement, and then the algorithm says, whoa, this is popular. There's so much engagement happening. And then they start pushing it out to people in the For You section, or depends on what you're on, what platform you're on. But I mean, it does work. It does work. We don't do that here.
No, heck no.
We don't do that here.
I saw one today, and I see it from this particular group all the time.
Hey, by the way, we're going to be totally embarrassed if nobody asks us any questions. Do you hear that, Rhonda, Colleen, Tracy? Ask us some questions.
Yeah. So this one group says, whoever is the most active in the chat for the next 3 hours, you win a t-shirt. They're not
3 hours. 3 hours for a t-shirt.
They're trying to mine engagement.
Wow.
And so I've seen 2 of those go for 3 hours, and the chat was maybe 75, 80 people at the end of it. And it just doesn't make sense. That's just, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're not offering anything of value.
You're not giving them anything.
Our last bake along, by the end of it, 2,700 comments.
Here's our first question. You ready for this?
Yeah.
How old are you, Dave?
That had to come from Rhonda. That came from Rhonda.
It was Rhonda.
Yeah. I knew it.
Rhonda, I am 47 and I will be 48 in like a week or two. Yeah, a couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, we guys don't pay attention to birthdays like that. Girls have birthday weeks. It's my birthday week.
Doesn't bother me at all.
No,
I'm happy. I'm happy to be here.
The only reason I know it's my birthday, I don't even really remember my birthday, but it's the only reason I know it's my birthday time is because it's Christmas. I go, I got a birthday coming up somewhere in here because it's the holidays. Other than that,
what day is your birthday?
I don't even know.
Yeah, that's not true.
Oh, no, it's the 28th.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was never in school when my birthday happened, so I never had birthday parties at school and all that junk. So I just don't think about it.
I will be at winter camp on your birthday. Okay, here's another question. What is your least favorite or most challenging bread inclusion? I'll tell you what mine is.
What's that?
Cinnamon.
I was going to say cinnamon's one of them for sure.
That's cinnamon.
I have two. One is cinnamon, and the other is garlic.
Oh, yeah.
Garlic.
I haven't done garlic in a long time.
You got to put garlic.
That is a tough one.
Like with these garlic knots, I didn't do that. I didn't put garlic in them until just before they went in the oven. I melted some butter with minced garlic and all the Italian seasoning and whatnot all in the pot and painted them and baked them and then painted them again when they came out. Because if you put garlic in them, you're going to destroy the gluten structure.
Yeah, I never really put garlic in too many things, but I did one time try it in like a swirl bread.
Yeah.
And I put the herbs in there and I put the garlic in there with the herbs. Mm-hmm. And it didn't want to stick. So I got a lot of gaps.
And yeah, it's not it kills It
It
also
tasted
is.
fine, but the texture was a little off.
There's a science behind it. I don't. I want to say it's an antimicrobial, like cinnamon is. Um, so it's gonna kill all the things that we're trying to cultivate.
Right.
So I
Makes
put it on.
sense. Well, alliums naturally repel a lot of things.
Hmm.
If you plant a bunch of alliums in your garden, you repel a bunch of the bugs
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what's happening here.
and
Okay.
vampires. No vampires will visit your garden.
So, have you been keeping up with because it's just popping up on my screen constantly.
I said vampires. You're thinking of aliens.
Aliens immediately because I'm looking just because
I
and it's popping up on my screen constantly.
I have been seeing lots of jokes about aliens, and you knew that was coming. You
I
knew that
know,
was
of
coming.
course, I know it was coming, but they've got some interesting stuff that they've released, but I think it's mainly just junk to get you conditioned and let the jokes happen and just kind
And
of
get everybody off the Epstein files
that
that still
too.
haven't been put out 100%.
That's too. And take a little air out of the balloon and they'll release some more. And what'll determine whether or not they've released the good stuff is how engaged we stay. So
Oh
we'll
boy.
see. We'll see.
I was just thinking about what would President Dingledum eat in China while he's there, but I guess they have McDonald's there too.
Mhm. PF Chang's. Oh
PF Chang's.
man.
There's no way that dude eats at PF Chang's. No chance.
No.
Nah.
But I was looking at his hand today, and
Mm.
he's taking some. He's I don't know this because I'm not a doctor, but he's got some heart failure going
Something's
on.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're aggressively keeping him between the ditches as best they can.
Well, if you take a lot of aspirin, which I know this about him, he does take aspirin every day.
He
Um,
has to.
you tend to bruise really easily.
Hmm.
So,
He's got a lot of makeup on his hand.
yeah, well, he does a lot of handshaking.
Well, that's not what that's from. I mean, that's what they say. That's what he says it's from, but that's not what that's from. Not on your
Yeah.
left hand.
I always see it on his right hand, but
Yeah, it's on his right hand, but it's on. But he's blowing out the veins over here, so they have to go over
yeah.
here. And
Yeah.
when they start collapsing like that, you got to go where you can find them.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. He's
but
getting intravenous treatments of some
diuretics.
sort.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know. I don't know. And
Well, you can
I
tell what you think because it doesn't matter. None of us are ever going to really know.
no, we're not.
They're
No.
never going to tell us that.
And
So what do you think? I want to know now what you think. Go ahead.
I think he's got frontal temporal dementia, and he's got heart failure, and he's got some other underlying conditions going on. But I think he's got dementia.
Bro is
Frontal
old.
temporal.
He
Think
is
about it.
old.
One of the things that goes along with dementia is called sundowning,
Yeah.
and his
Yeah. And when do we get all those crazy tweets? At
what at
night.
4 in the morning, all in the morning,
Right.
and then sleeping through every major meeting every day, no matter what.
Have you seen? Oh my god! Have you seen how they rolled his statue in with the toilet paper and the dirty diapers? They have absolutely decimated that statue.
I
Decimated
can't.
it. I mean,
I can't.
I wouldn't do that, but I do think it's funny.
I think it's funny, but that's what we do with our leaders. If you can't take a joke, then you don't
I
need to
don't think
be in
it's a
that.
joke anymore. This is not a
Right.
joke. This is straight up. We don't like you. You
No.
are not. You are hated.
I can't believe it took so long.
I know.
It's like you couldn't see this, but it's
Mm,
more than that. I think people aren't stupid. They knew all along, but what they were supporting and supportive of was an idea that was around it.
I listen. I saw a really funny meme, and I know it was fake, but it was like we've we voted for you so we could be racist, not poor.
Oh my god, that's good.
it's, it's terribly true. That's the
It's
worst part. And I know it's not true of everybody. And
no,
I have some
it's
good
not true of all of
friends.
his supporters. I have some very good friends that are completely diehard Trump supporters,
Right,
and
right.
everybody's entitled to support whoever they want.
That's right. That's right. Maybe
Yeah,
they see something I don't see, but I don't
yeah.
think I don't think so.
Maybe they see something I don't see, and I wish I knew what that was. But it's everybody's entitled to it, and I don't begrudge them of it. I mean, you
Right.
could worship a cocker spaniel if you wanted to,
Hmm.
and that's up to you. But I had a guy saying the other day, well, because he was wearing all of his attire, his Trump gear, like
His red hat and whatever.
the whole thing. And so who's your guy? I'm like, guy, listen, I vote for somebody like I'm hiring someone. I've got you. There's a job that needs to be done. I can't do it because I'm baking bread. I'll vote for you to do it, but I'm only going to give you 4 years, and then after that, we'll determine whether or not we want to continue this relationship. And then if you do a good job, I'll vote for you again.
Yeah, there you go.
But
That's healthy.
I'm not worshiping you. You're not my.
Oh,
I'm not putting on your colors, and I'm not. I'm not doing that. What
nah.
is that?
Why? Why? They don't know who you are.
No. I mean, I
They
might
don't
do that.
care about.
I might wear Carolina Panther gear on game day,
Yeah, okay, fine. You're rooting for your team,
but I'm not going to
but
be
all
angry.
the time.
I don't know. I'm not going to be angry if you're a Green Bay Packer fan.
Right, right,
You know,
right. It's
because
an interesting analogy that you just came up with because I mean it is similar to like the sports fanaticism,
that's what
but
it is.
it gets deep. Like
It's
it
very deep.
gets deep into the emotions and the anger and the
The
this
problem is
person
the,
is
pro-
evil or whatever.
the problem
Every-
now is that, and I'm not just saying this about this politician, but
Right.
people's identity now is associated with it. Their friends know, because he's got a flag on his truck and he's got one on his front yard and he's got the red hat and he's got all of this. It's like he's a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. Everybody knows it.
Right.
And if he were then to see something that was completely shatter his illusion of the truth, what he believes, it's real hard for him to go, you know what, I was wrong about this.
Mm.
It's real hard because
Well, they've been pushed into it. They feel like they've been pushed into a corner now because they were all in.
they were all in,
And
and
it
all of their
stinks.
friends are all in, so they
It sucks
can't.
to be a loser too. Like, we all see it.
Yeah,
Go pump some gas today.
yeah. See
Listen,
what that's like.
I drive a diesel, and the best price I could get today was $5.29 a gallon. $5.29 a gallon.
We're
I
gonna win.
buy I buy
We're gonna win so much
organic
you're gonna get tired of winning.
I buy organic milk that's cheaper than diesel fuel.
I'm surprised you didn't win so much you got tired of winning.
Oh, yeah. Am I winning? I don't think
I asked
so.
somebody the other day. Where's that check from Mexico?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's that check?
No.
Oh,
Ain't
we're just gonna
happening.
forget about that because that was a
Yeah.
huge thing.
Hmm.
That was a huge thing.
Big talk, no
And
action.
anybody, here's the thing: when you don't know, it's like astrophysics. You don't know. Most people don't know anything about astrophysics. But if I came on here and started talking about astrophysics with authority, and it was all BS, you'll walk away from here with your mind full of BS because you don't
Yeah,
know,
sure. Because
you
you
don't
don't
know
have a
enough.
clue. Right.
Yeah, you don't know enough to know that you
That
don't
it's
know enough.
BS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same thing is true in politics.
Yeah.
If you don't know your physics, if you don't know your civics,
Politics. Yeah,
if you
civics.
don't know you don't know all that, then
Right.
somebody with authority and a red tie and a blue suit can tell
They
you
can
all
convince you
kinds
of
of
anything. That's right.
and what they have to do is make sure that they identify with you. I feel your pain. I know the pain you're in, and I know what's causing it. It's them. That right there is what's causing your pain. And I'm
Okay,
going to do
so
something about them.
explain to me how a billionaire relates to the poor white people.
He just convinces them. Here and Obamacare is the devil, and people
Yeah,
believed it
yeah. Yeah,
until
blame
they
the Democrats. Blame the Democrats. That's his game. Blame the
it,
Democrats.
if it weren't Democrats, it would be anybody.
And yep.
It's not because it's not about being Democrat or Republican. It's about me staying in power and feeling the temperature.
Oh shoot. It's all about money. They make millions every time some sort of announcement happens
But
because they're all
most
tipped
people don't.
off.
No, most people don't know enough about how the financial markets work, how these deals go under, behind the scenes. They don't know any of that. I heard an analogy one time that was so. I heard an analogy one time that was so good. It was like the Republican Party, and it could be any party, but in this case, the guy was talking about the Republican Party. It was like
Right.
they were all sitting around in a lodge back in the woods making plans for the future.
Hmm.
And they were saying how we can use this group over here and how we can use this group and what this group needs to have said in order for them to be supporters of us. But they always kept like the Klan and the crazies in the basement because
Hmm.
they always supported them. But we don't really want to acknowledge the fact that we need their support or that they're there. So we kept them in the basement.
Yeah, yeah. The
And
the
one
the
and,
quiet votes.
and one night, somebody left the basement door open, and one of them wandered up into the meeting, and nobody noticed. And the next
Oh
thing you know,
no. They didn't see the white hat.
they didn't see it. It was they didn't. They just didn't see it or didn't want to see it.
Oh my gosh.
It, but I don't know. You've got to make other people feel that there's a reason for their disenfranchisement. Oh, you're not making enough money? You can't feed your family? Somebody else is taking your money. Somebody else is eating your food.
Mm-mm-mm.
And we're going to do something about it. I'm going to build a wall around them. So you mean, so you mean tell me my gardener is a problem? My
Right.
housekeeper? I could point you at some folks driving pickup trucks down there in Camden that you might want to pay some attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lucella over here ain't bothering anybody.
Right. Right.
Raising her family, working hard. They don't make a
Working
sound.
hard.
We have a house down the road that's getting built, and it was like ants descended on the house. All you heard were hammers. And
Oh yeah,
then
you were telling me about that. Yeah.
Two days
It
later,
is incredible. It is incredible to watch those crews come in
2
there.
days
And just
later,
like,
the house is built,
yep.
and I mean, just and then I'm like, where do you guys go at night? I mean, 'cause I don't see after work, you
Home.
just disappear.
They go home to their families. Maybe
It's no
drink a beer.
problem. I don't know. Nice people,
Yep.
but you let. I don't know. I don't know. I'm too old for that. Too old for all of this nonsense.
That's why I'm a libertarian.
I just
don't want anybody's rights to be infringed.
no.
I want everybody to have equal rights, equal treatment under the law.
Let's play game. Let's play ball.
Just play fair. Just be fair.
Yeah, you on a level playing field.
I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what your race is, your financial
Sexual
standings. Let's just be fair to everybody.
When's the last time you saw a trans person shoot up a school?
It's never happened.
You
As
would
far as I
think.
know.
You would think so.
As far as I know, it's never happened.
I've never seen it happen.
It's usually some white kid.
I didn't say that.
White male. Oh yeah. When has it been a black guy? Never.
One
I don't
time.
think so.
Right?
Did it
One
happen
time.
once?
Some guy shooting out of his trunk.
Once out of how many times though? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's not one we do.
Nah.
That's not one of ours.
It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense.
But you would think all you got to do though is put it on the news that so and so was murdered today by an illegal blah 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 blah, and you just do that 2 or 3 times, and everybody all of a sudden thinks, well, every time I turn around, they're doing something.
So,
but if they reported it,
such an ignorant point of view, isn't it? It's like, if you really just stop for just a second and think about it.
They don't have time for that. They don't have time for
that. Just a second. Just think about it for a second. Think about the numbers. And look at the crime.
I worked for Fox Television. I rode to a Christmas party in Rupert Murdoch's limousine in the back seat with him. We were leaving the TV station, headed to a black tie Christmas party, and I don't remember what I was doing, but he said, "Need a ride?" And I hopped in the car with him, and we go to wherever we were doing it and talk. And I was diehard Fox, man, because we were innovative. We had Arsenio Hall, Tracy Ullman, 90210. We were making noise.
Oh yeah.
Anything to get some attention back then.
Right.
And
I remember those days.
When we decided to get into the news business, the decision was made that, well, we don't have to do news the way everybody else does news. We could be a magazine, and as long as you put somebody on at 7:00 when everybody else is doing news, and you just put somebody on at 7:00 that looks like everybody else is doing news, and he's just doing opinion, nobody knows the difference.
Yeah,
except the FCC.
It's a news show.
It's a show. The FCC requires that you say whether or not it's actual news or opinion, and it's listed. But nobody who's going to go look. It is an opinion show, and as an opinion show, I can say anything I want.
Right.
I can say
we do it every week.
And this is an opinion show. I'm not bound by some code that exists between journalists, some journalistic, thing that I have to adhere to. Neither do they. And
Right.
now
They try to keep some integrity. They try.
now they do, and you have to because people aren't stupid.
They're
But
not
you mix
stupid.
it.
They're what? They notice.
But you mix a teaspoon in every now and then. It's like a glass of water. You only need a drop of ink to contaminate the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And it's all this. I just love so and so. I just love the way they present the news.
You have to
Oh
be
nope.
pretty. Remember back then, you had to be. If you weren't
Oh,
pretty on one, you weren't getting on Fox
there were some very attractive women on Fox News.
because they were looking.
I
That's how you get. That's
I
how you
had
get viewers.
I had to watch it every day. We all had we were like, oh, so and so is moving up into the anchor position, blah blah blah.
I was in. I had to. It was on every. It was in the TV on every corner in the building. You had to watch it. So it was one time I go to New York on vacation. Not vacation. I took some time off just for myself and went to New York. And I wasn't really supposed to be in New York because I was really supposed to be doing something else. But I went to New York and went on the. I was able to go on Fox and Friends and see all this stuff behind the scenes. I was at Tracy Ullman's show and all that junk.
Cool.
I'm at Fox and Friends on TV in New York City, downtown Manhattan. And I'm behind the scenes and the show is happening up here and the camera guys are all doing their thing. And I'm talking to one of the producers and he said, oh, well, you're with one of our affiliates down in South Carolina, right? And I was like, yeah. He says, we ought to get you on and just, say hello and blah, blah, blah. I said, no, because, there's a TV on in every corner of the building where I work and I'm not supposed to be here. So I'll just be all right. I'll be right. I'll be okay back here.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, that made it a game. Now they're like, I hear we got a guy back there. There he is. Henry, come on over here. And I'm like, Jesus, dude, I can't do that. It was bad. And,
So did you go on camera?
No. I had to get rude about it. Because had I been, I would have been in deep trouble. But anyway, I say all that to say is I'm very familiar with the operations of that outfit. It was my livelihood. I made more money at Fox than I ever. But I couldn't.
Still got all the money.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. But the whole advertising and marketing thing changed.
Oh my gosh, the ads.
We used to be able to.
Do you have diabetes?
See, all that's national.
I have COPD.
Mm-hmm.
No, mesothelioma. My bad.
Yep.
I have mesothelioma. And
so
gold from Monix, and trying to think of all the ones.
200-300 Empire.
Yeah. Today.
That's national advertising. That's the stuff that goes to the national sales manager. The local stuff or the regional stuff is stuff I used to handle. I used to work with. And it all changed. Now then when the internet comes along, every TV station has to have a website. And now you got to justify the website. And you've got to have your clients on the website. And I'm like, my client doesn't want to be on the website. And they're like, well, you have a budget, you have a quota. They have to be you have to have so much on the website. Period.
Yeah. And if you ever read like one of those news articles, oh my gosh, the ads, they're insane. They're everywhere. It's so many ads.
It's ridiculous.
It's maddening. It's like you can barely read the article because things are popping up.
But that's one reason we built the recipe pantry, because to get rid of that for recipe's sake, for bread makers. And I was watching YouTube the other day, and one of my videos comes up, And I was like, huh, my video came up like it's like seeing my video come up on TV. Isn't that something? And then right as soon as I said that,
There's an ad for you right there. Look at that.
it just popped up.
Huh.
But right in the middle of my video, it stopped and went to some ad. And then it came back to the video. And I went,
Yeah.
you know what? That's my fault because of the way I have, because recently we got, our
Monetized.
situation, it changed.
Right.
And we get to say whether you want ads to run in your content or adjacent to your content or whatever.
And you can mark where ads should pop in too.
Right.
I don't know if you knew that, but you can definitely go in and change where the ads can possibly pop in.
I was so happy that somebody wanted to pay me something. I was like, give me all of it. And, yeah, just give me all of it. And it's when I saw that, I said, that's exactly what we're trying to get away from. So I went in and adjusted it. I went in and adjusted everything. I was like, I don't care.
I mean, ad before, an ad at the end, sure.
Yeah, and it's how
much
much
be interrupted 5 times. once, okay, I can see one, but
and
not
how
5
much
times.
how much is that gonna? How much do you make on that? $1.75? That's not worth it.
I don't think it's that much.
I'm not interested. So I made that go away. There's so much people don't.
Good for you.
So many little things. You got to make sure when you upload a video to YouTube, you got to make sure that it has, is this made for children? No. Does it have any content in it that might otherwise blah, 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 blah? No, it doesn't. Okay, we're going to test it. And then so right after, it runs that little test. Is there any copyright material in here? No. I'm just posting a short. And by the time you get done, it's just nice. So give me your title, description, and your tags. And then there's tags you have to put in YouTube Studio. And do you want to tag another video associated with this one?
It's work, man.
Then you got to put the card at the end that pops up that tells people where to go next. And oh my God. It is work.
You'll figure it out.
I don't know that
you got to work for your money, man. You got to work for your money.
It was never a revenue source to begin with.
It is now.
I hadn't seen a check.
Not yet.
We'll see.
Speaking of, how was your GoFundMe going? Is it done?
Nope, not done yet. It is amazing to me, the generosity of people, and they're just, it helps so much because every university in the country is going to be in that one little town. So a hotel room that would normally cost $150 a night is $500 a night. Yeah. So you got to stay.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, but you got to be there for your boy. I mean, this is it.
And you know what? I have to go on social media to get updates on him because he won't say anything. But I'm posting something on Instagram, flipping through, and I see a post from the university. I didn't realize he's the first male athlete in to go to nationals.
Really?
The first.
Wow. That is impressive.
We're a little town. We're a little university. Francis Marion is not a big university.
No, it's not.
But to be the first ever to make it that far, that's a big deal. I'm really proud of him.
I am too. I'm really impressed. I mean, I've seen him in action with the videos that you've shared with me, and I mean, and the fact that he's not like you know, Mr. Celebrating,
Oh no,
celebratory. Not at
no.
all. He's just like, I've seen him accept his awards. He's like,
Yeah, Ryan won't even.
he leaves the stage.
He won't even tell you. He won't even say anything. But his principal from elementary school, Janine Tucker, sent me a note and said, "Hey Henry, if Ryan's in town, would you ask him if he would come to? They're having a little aviators because they call the aviators a celebration of former kids
Former
that were at that
students.
school that have done
Yeah.
something." And I said, "Sure, I'll ask him." And Ryan goes today and speaks to those kids and hangs out with all of the faculty that were there when he was there. I just thought that was huge that he's given something back. It was huge. And those teachers and principals, I mean, because I told him last night, I said, those kids look up to you.
Yeah.
Literally look up because they're like that. And
Yeah.
for little boys to see a big boy that used to be right where he is, and now they can see themselves in that a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I said, you don't know how you're going to impact these kids. It'll be years from now, and some kid will remember you're having come to his school. Yeah, put some back.
He's a local celebrity.
Not to hear him talk about it. I said, Ryan, what are you doing? Playing the game. Up in his room playing the game.
Playing a game.
He's a gamer like every other kid his age.
Yeah, if it was my son, he'd be doing the same thing. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know why I sounded like I was surprised.
Heck no. I don't even know.
You're doing pretty good, man. You got $1,905 raised of the $3,000 that you were looking for. 1,900. 19. Did I say 19,000? I'm at 1,905.
No,
my bad. 1905.
Our friend Rhonda is the one who really just convinced me that this is something I should do, and because I was real uncomfortable with it, felt like I was imposing. I didn't like to, but she convinced me to do it and talk some sense into me, and I'm glad. And she's been my cheerleader ever since. Just kind of pushing this thing, and I can't thank her enough for being there. And there's so many of them. There's so many in the academy that have.
Well, you show up for them, they're showing up for you, man. It's all good.
It's all
great. It's great.
It's good. It's good.
We wonder where Ryan gets his humbleness.
Must be his mama.
It's that guy right there.
I have more fun than they know. This is good for me. I mean, what else would I be doing? Collecting stamps.
Collecting stamps. You're at that old dude.
Playing shuffleboard.
Backgammon, shuffleboard.
Yeah. This is much more fun.
Would be at the old folks' home shuffleboard.
Yeah. This keeps my mind sharp.
Henry will be in the corner going, okay, Claude, how do I beat old Milton at a shuffleboard?
Yeah.
Tell me top strategies for shuffleboard.
Calculate the trajectory. Let me see if this is cooler.
Hey, I used Claude today to do something for myself.
What'd you do?
And I made that joke about you, but then I did. This is pretty much what I did. I got accepted onto the aerial sports team for the National Scouts Jamboree.
Wow, I don't even know what that is, but it sounds
okay. Zip lines.
Oh wow!
And what I don't want is to be on the ground handing out gloves and helmets and crap. No. I want to be up on the tower, sending kids down the zip line. And so I put into Claude every single thing that I was given information wise, because I'm behind. got added to the team late, so a lot of people have already probably been chosen. But what happens is people come in overconfident and then they can't actually perform. So they end up on the ground team, which is
Right. What do you
not
have to
exciting.
do to perform?
There are 5 knots, 5
Oh, you got
special knots you've got to be able to tie and tie them flawlessly and quickly. So I'm gonna have to practice that. Um, you've got to be able to like know all the parts of the harness and all of the steps. For radio communication, there's a certain cadence that you have to follow in order to um, like broadcast your voice. It's like do not send. That you have to say it in a certain cadence, which actually I don't know yet, but I'm working on that.
That's how it was in the military.
So yeah, it's just like the military. People's safety is at risk. I mean, it's very important that you be spot
And
on.
they want to eliminate as much as many variables as they can by
Right.
getting you to stay Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Whiskey,
Right.
standby. And everybody's
You've got to be.
That's what.
Book. You got like that's not normally my style by the book. I got a little flair going on usually,
Like to wing it.
all the time. But for this is really important. Like there's safety involved, and so that's very important.
Break somebody's behind.
Yeah. So it's super important to me. It's super important to me to actually learn it for real. You know, like I want to be really good at that job, even if I don't end up the tower. I want to be proud of myself for learning exactly what needs to happen, because I could be that guy that is the fill-in guy. Like, what happens? So and so comes down with food poisoning, and we're short a guy in the tower. Got it. You know, I want to be ready.
How high is it?
I have no idea. It's high. I know that much. It's high. It's a zip line. It's high.
You seen the video with the guys up on there's on some mountain somewhere, and you have to sit in a chair, and the guy's like, all confident until he gets in the chair, and he goes, "Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Wait. Let me tell you something." Because they're strapping him in and constantly
getting him or something, or what is it?
And he's like, okay. But let me tell you something. Did you double check? And they're like, oh, yeah, we checked. And they're pushing him, getting ready to push him off. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And he goes, God, that's funny. I gotta say that.
You know, like I've surprised myself with some of the scout stuff. I see these kids going up there to do it, and I'm like, if this kid can jump off of the tower and head down the zip line, I could do that. I had never ziplined at such a height in my whole life, and we're at summer camp, and they were like, "Hey, we get to go to the Cope Tower, and you can either rappel or zipline." I'm like, "I'm going on the zipline, man." So
try jumping out.
So I did. No, I went and I was like, all right, let's go. So I'm up first. I was catching people, right? I was catching the kids. I let the kids go first, and then the adults started going toward the end. So I was catching people. We had a ladder down there at the landing area. You go up, you set up the ladder and get the kid down the ladder, and if they get stuck, you climb up the ladder and unhook them and help them down or whatever. But I had never done it from a height like that. Never.
Little fingers tingling.
No, I was like, I can't believe that I'm not even afraid at all. I went up there. I was like, shoot, I'm going off backwards. Nestea plunge, baby. He's like, you can do that. I was like, okay, bye.
Oh no, heck no. Dude, I jumped out of a helicopter, and it was, the only reason I survived it is because I couldn't tell I was at the door. Because it's like, stand up, you stand up, hook up, and you. So it was like, stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door, and you shuffle into the door, and then boom, you're gone. And you're
like a good little soldier.
Yeah, and next thing you know, you're airborne, and
right.
I'm done with that.
Did you enjoy the float down?
Yeah, I did. I mean, it was amazing once you got
Right.
past the initial decision to do it. And they take the decision away from you.
Right.
You're not standing there contemplating whether I should do this or not. It's going to happen.
I took it away from myself. I was like, these kids are up here doing this. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to have fun doing it. And I boop, 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 up the tower, had on my harness, asked the kid half my age, what I needed to do.
If I had to stand,
he's like, "You've never done this before?" I was like, "Never."
No, thank you. Y'all can have it.
Come flying out of there like Spider-Man.
Yeah, but it's. I can understand the adrenaline. I can understand the rush and the.
Oh yeah.
What you get out of it. My brother and brother-in-law do it all the time.
Really?
And, yes, and they can have it. I'm good.
So the second time I did that, and we gotta get off of here because we're running up against the wall here. But
oh yeah, we are. The
second time I was up there filming kids climbing and then rappelling. So I went up. I was at the top of the tower. It's like, well, I'm up here. I got a harness on. I'm clipped in. Can I go? And he's like, you want to go? I was like, yeah, I want to go. Have I ever rappelled before? No.
You got to lean further than you think.
You do have to lean a lot further than you think.
Yeah, you got to lean a lot further than you think.
And you kind of got to bounce.
Yeah.
If you don't bounce, you're going to be like.
And you're going to slide down the rock.
Yeah.
You got to sit way back, further back. Like you're sitting in a chair and your feet are up here.
Yep.
And then you can.
But it was fun. It was fun.
I loved it. I enjoyed it. With your hand behind you, the hand that's behind you controls your speed. And all you got to do is pull up, and you got to go. What is she saying?
She says, I have to say you were pretty stubborn on doing this, but also you had to do a lot of paperwork to make this happen. It's a small token of your hard work keeping us going.
Rhonda,
talking about you.
She's gonna give me a cavity.
Nah.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah, we do. All right, friends, family. It's been fun.
Thank you, comrades. It's been a great time. I enjoy it every single week. Appreciate you.
We know you've already subscribed to us, but if you're just a passerby who stopped by and saw live with Dave and Henry,
you're not lost.
Thank you. You're not lost. You just found your new family. Where are you? We're your new family.
Click all the buttons. All of those buttons.
Ring the bell.
They're down here.
Wherever they are. They're over here somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, there's a thumb, and if you click it,
you
can win $1,000. But it won't be from us. I don't know.
You could win $1,000 from somebody, but we're not sure who it is.
Yeah, I don't know who it is, but it's not us. All right, guys, enjoy your evening. Thanks for hanging out with us.
See ya.